Windmill catches fire after being bent by tornado in Lowa. The sky over the rolling plains of Iowa had transformed into an ominous canvas of swirling grays and blacks. Tornado season was always a time of heightened anxiety for the residents, but this storm was particularly menacing. As the day turned into night, the wind howled with a ferocity that seemed almost sentient, twisting and bending everything in its path. On the outskirts of a small town, a solitary windmill stood as a sentinel in the fields, its blades slicing through the turbulent air. For years, this windmill had been a symbol of resilience and progress, harnessing the power of the wind to generate clean energy. But tonight, it would face a force far beyond its capacity. As the tornado descended, it brought with it a deafening roar, the sound of nature's raw power unleashed. The massive funnel touched down, its path of destruction indiscriminate and unforgiving. Trees were uprooted, barns were obliterated, and power lines snapped like twigs. The windmill, with its towering structure and wide blades, was directly in the path of the storm. The tornado's vortex caught the blades, twisting them with a violent force that echoed across the fields. Metal groaned under the strain as the windmill's structure bent and contorted. Bolts sheared off, and the tower swayed precariously, teetering on the brink of collapse. In a final, cataclysmic snap, one of the blades broke free, spinning wildly through the air before crashing to the ground. Inside the windmill, electrical systems were thrown into chaos. The sudden jerks and the immense pressure had damaged the wiring, causing sparks to fly. As the tornadic winds continued to batter the structure, these sparks found fuel in the dry, wooden interior of the tower. Within moments, a small flame flickered to life, fed by the relentless wind. The fire quickly spread, consuming the wooden supports and licking up the metal structure. Smoke billowed out, thick and black, obscuring the already darkened sky. The windmill, now a twisted, flaming beacon, stood out against the landscape, a grim testament to the storm's wrath. Firefighters and emergency personnel, already stretched thin by the widespread damage, raced to the scene. The challenge was immense. The combination of high winds and the height of the structure made fighting the fire nearly impossible. Water hoses seemed ineffective, as the water was blown away before it could reach the flames. Ladder trucks struggled to get close enough, hindered by debris and the threat of the still raging storm. The townspeople watched helplessly from a distance, their hearts sinking as the windmill continued to burn. It was more than just a structure, it was a symbol of their community's spirit and determination. The flames reflected in their eyes, a harsh reminder of the fragility of human endeavors against the backdrop of nature's fury. Hours passed before the storm finally moved on, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. The windmill, now reduced to a smoldering skeleton, stood charred and broken. The fire was eventually brought under control, but the damage was done. What had once been a proud symbol of progress was now a monument to devastation. In the days that followed, the community came together to assess the damage and begin the long process of rebuilding. The loss of the windmill was keenly felt, but it also galvanized the residents. Plans were quickly made to erect a new windmill, even stronger and more resilient than the last. Fundraisers were organized, and volunteers poured in from surrounding areas. The tragedy had united them, strengthening their resolve to rebuild not just the windmill, but their community as a whole. As they worked side by side, clearing debris and laying new foundations, the spirit of resilience that the windmill had once embodied was reborn in the hearts of the people. Months later, a new windmill stood proudly in the fields, a testament to the community's indomitable spirit. It was equipped with the latest technology, designed to withstand even the fiercest storms. As its blades turned once more in the gentle breeze, it served as a reminder that while nature could bend and break, the human spirit could always rebuild and rise again.